To some breaking news now, though. Retail sales rebounded in January. They're up 1.9% after falling by 4% in December. It isn't great news for mortgage holders. Here to explain why is Ross Greenwood. Ross, appreciate you here to delve into this for us and break it down. The important question, of course, is how is this going to influence the thinking of the RBA?
Well, quite clearly, the consumer is not dead, not by a long way. So notwithstanding the fact that inflation is 7.9%, that interest rates continue to rise, consumer spending is much more resilient than what many anticipated. It was interesting to go back into December where it dropped by 4%, and that was considered by many to be a reaction to the big Black Friday sales that took place during November, and that really a lot of the emphasis on spending now goes back to November rather than December. But the interesting thing is in January, there were significant rebounds just about across every sector and indeed across discretionary spending. One of the biggest jumps you can see here, just the way in which it's gone over the longer term trend. And this is the important thing. The retail sales now are around 7.5% stronger in January this year as compared with January 2022. And so again, there's this sense that people, while they've got jobs, are going to continue to do this. The second thing is, if you look at some of the sectors where the money's being spent, look at this, big jumps in department stores, in clothing and footwear, in cafes and restaurants. Now, if really consumers were doing it tough, these would be areas where they'd be cutting back and not continuing to increase spending. So not only are there higher prices that they're actually affording, but they're going out and buying discretionary goods. I spoke just a little earlier to Gerry Harvey, the boss of Harvey Norman. Their profit results were out today. He says, in fact, times are pretty good right now, and he certainly says there's no recession.
You've got full employment out there. Everyone I talk to in agriculture, in hospitality, wherever it is, they can't get staff. So when you've got a situation like that, you can't have a recession. So to have a recession, you need interest rates to be 8, 10, 11% or something like that. They're nowhere near that. And to have a recession, you've got to have unemployment at 7, 8, 9, 10%. It's nowhere near that. So
now, I should tell you that Harvey Norman shares are down 11% on the market today. The outlook is not what they're really all that keen on. But the other point here is about what the Reserve Bank does. As you said, Ash, it's a situation where they've already raised interest rates here, flagged more interest rate rises coming. And so, of course, many economists now see these cash rate peaking probably with at least another 3 or 4 interest rate rises. And that is deemed to be sort of necessary to change the behaviour of consumers, take inflation out of the economy and to also reduce this spending.
We'll all be watching very closely next month. Ross, thank you for your analysis.